before we go, I actually have a question in the chat. And so the question I'm getting asked is, how important is appearance? I'm assuming you mean how important is appearance to women, okay? Here's the reality, guy. He says haircuts, height, teeth, all that stuff. So here's the thing. It would be a lie to say that women overall don't find certain things about men attractive. So a man that has, the right style of haircut for his head, there's a certain height range that most women on average find pretty attractive, and teeth, ideally, they're going to look white or, at least straightened so those things definitely put you at an advantage, okay? But that said, here's the thing that women don't talk about. This is real talk, okay? Is that women know there's going to be a point in their lives that their looks are going to fall off a cliff. Like the most gorgeous 20-year-old woman, if she's smart, realizes at some point she's going to start losing her look. She can look at the women in her family and realize, okay, they're not probably the beauties that they once were, is what it is. So even though there's a level of judgment about that could be somewhat important, what women are looking for in terms of long-term relationships are men that they can trust, that make them feel attractive and funny, and that they're like a rare breed amongst men, okay? And so I think men put themselves at a disadvantage by focusing extensively on the looks aspects. Now, that's not to say that looks are not important, because I do think for whatever your body is, I think you need to figure out whatever the best haircut look is, whether it's like, for me, I typically keep my hair cut short because I'm kind of going bald here. So I typically cut my hair short like every 2 weeks. I find clothes that are fitting. I'm like right now at 173 pounds. I should be 168 pounds, but I keep myself relatively in the fit range. But I recognize that those things are important, but it's more of a thing like the baseline of how we look is not as important as like the baseline of our personality, of how we talk to women, of how we're treating them. And here's the thing. Also, a thing that's important to women is like, is the guy going to be a pushover? Because we think if we're just constantly catering to women and, just letting them walk all over us or saying yes to or whatever, that's really, really attractive. But that makes us look like people that are needy and that are desperate. And you can have a guy that's the most attractive guy in the world, but if he's coming off across as needy and desperate, he loses a few points on the attractive scale for women. Whereas you could have an average looking guy like me. I think I'm going to be biased. I feel like I'm slightly, like if I was on a scale of like 0 to 10, I'd put myself at like 6.5. Like I'm pretty decent enough. But if you have the right social skills, if you know how to make women laugh, if you're a confident guy, if you have, your money in the bank, if you have, if you have your life set up in a way to whereby she can look at you and say, this guy has a pretty stable lifestyle. He knows how to take care of himself. He takes care of home. He has a car. He knows how to treat others pretty well. That's going to measure higher on the importance scale than your actual appearance. But all that said, when you're just walking around in public, she doesn't know this stuff about you. So you want to make sure that you're doing things like, figuring out what your actual fit is of stuff. I recommend this because I did this a couple of years ago. I actually hired somebody to take me out and take me shopping. I said, hey, I need a new look. I need to figure out what's going to look good for my body. I'm not the best at being able to pick out the kind of shirts I should wear, the kind of pants I should wear, because I'll just wear the same like clothes every day. I'm wearing sweatpants right now. You can't see it. I'm wearing sweatpants. If I could, I'd wear sweatpants and like a regular ass shirt every day. But I know going out in public, if I'm trying to attract women that are going to be looking around at all these other guys, how am I going to make myself stand out? So if I'm going to the store, for example, and there's a guy in a t-shirt, another guy in a t-shirt, another guy in a t-shirt, and I'm wearing this nice collared shirt, who's going to stand out to a woman? Who's going to be one that she's going to be less apprehensive about if I should decide to approach? The guy that's done up the best he possibly can be. So you want to look the best you can for who you are and then really focus on the social skills. Because like she could look at you and say, okay, he's attractive enough to where if he approached, I wouldn't turn him away. But she's still going to look at, but then what's he going to say to me? How is he going to talk to me? What's his swag going to be like? And if that stuff's not in place, then your attractiveness is not going to help you. So hopefully, guy, that helps you out. Definitely be aware of how you look aesthetically. Make sure you have the right smells and stuff like that with colognes and whatnot. But definitely work more on the things that are going to attract women and keep them around, the kind of conversations they're interested in, how to have masculine conversation with the female, but also more importantly, how to be able to take in their feminine conversation and not feel like you're annoyed by it. Because a lot of men make the mistake of like, they want women to be feminine women, but then they come around them trying to talk like they're females, and then we get annoyed. Oh, that's so girly, blah, 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 blah. Well, you got to learn to deal with their feminine communication, just like they gotta learn to deal with our masculine communication. All right. So work on those things and you should be going in the right direction. This episode is brought to you by the Introvert Dating Success Membership Academy, opening on November 1st. Join the waitlist and get your free PDF, the Girlfriend Roadmap Checklist, at introvertdatingsuccess.com.
Thanks for listening to the Introvert Dating Success Podcast. Visit us at introvertdatingsuccess.com for more great tips on attracting women using your natural introvert charm. Oh, yeah.